So this little section is about representation. And I've chosen a couple BuzzFeed channels to highlight in this. So BuzzFeed is a it's a content creation company, but it's also really an advertising company. They are, it's a group that creates video content for their audience. And the situation that I'm presenting here is they've grown from what might be general, really it's not all that general, it's relatively specific as far as the youth ratio, who they're targeting, which is relatively young people. But recently, in the last couple of years, they've always had several channels, and they've started a couple relatively new channels. They are Ladylike and Pero-like. And these channels focus on very specific communities, community of women. And within the women's community, they try to be as diverse as possible, possibly, I believe. At least that's their intention. So they have people of different races, people of different body types, people of different sexual identities. And they, as a group, create content that reflects their daily lives, the questions that they have, the problems they have, what's funny to them. And they put themselves in situations that are both entertaining, but also maybe enlightening to their audiences. They've also come up with Pero-like, which is a Latinx, I say Latinx, centric community, and so they also have chosen to go in with a relatively diverse cast that create video content that deals with issues that happen in this particular community, having to do with identity, regions, different regions that people come from, and language, and some history and stuff like that. So they are the point for showing these two videos, and really I'm only offering just the sort of intro sales 1 or 2 minute clips. I just want you to see and recognize that this is an avenue, and ultimately it hopefully brings into the conversation what representation means to people. Why would it be meaningful for a media slash advertising company like BuzzFeed to go to the cost and trouble of creating a lot of content that is focused on certain communities? And I would make the argument that representation is meaningful to people. It's being seen, being heard, being understood, seeing faces that you recognize is a powerful thing. We are entering recently this era, maybe it's not an era, last couple of years, where women's stories are being told quite a bit more. We have Wonder Woman, and we have a lot of shows where the woman is the CEO, the women are heroines, and the men take a different role. They are not the absolute lead. within action films or detective films or medical or law television shows. And yeah, this sort of representation can lead to different things in our society. And ultimately, I'd like to hear you or have you write about what you think about that. So, yeah, thanks for listening for the moment. Hope you have a good week.